Once upon a time, in a beautiful meadow surrounded by rolling hills, lived a small sparrow. She had built her nest in a sturdy old oak tree and was eagerly waiting for her eggs to hatch. Life had been peaceful, but one evening, dark clouds began to gather, and a fierce storm appeared on the horizon. The strong wind howled through the meadow, and the old oak tree swayed dangerously. Sparrow held tightly onto her nest, protecting her fragile eggs with her small wings. Suddenly, a lightning bolt struck a nearby tree, setting it on fire. The flames spread quickly and began to move toward Sparrow's tree. Panicked, Sparrow knew she had to act fast to save her eggs. She looked around, but there seemed to be no way out. To her left, the fire was growing larger and getting closer. To her right, a large hawk sat on a nearby branch, watching her nest with sharp, hungry eyes. The hawk was waiting for the right moment to strike. At the base of the tree, a snake had climbed up the trunk, its forked tongue flicking as it slithered closer to the nest. Above her, the storm raged on, with rain beginning to fall, but not enough to put out the flames. Sparrow's heart raced as she realized the dangers all around her: the fire, the hawk, the snake, and the storm. There seemed to be no escape. But then, Sparrow closed her eyes and took a deep breath. "I can't stop the storm or the fire. I can't fight the hawk or the snake. But I can control myself. I will protect my eggs and trust that things will get better." Instead of giving in to fear, Sparrow spread her wings wide and chirped loudly. Her loud call caught the attention of all the predators. The hawk, thinking Sparrow was trying to escape, dove toward her nest. At the same moment, the snake lunged upward. By chance, the hawk and the snake collided in mid-air and fell to the ground in a tangled mess. The hawk, surprised and angry, flew away, and the snake slithered back into the bushes. As the rain poured harder, the fire was finally put out. The storm began to ease, and the meadow became safe again. Sparrow looked around and realized the dangers had passed. She checked her nest, and thankfully, her eggs were safe and unharmed. Filled with relief, she chirped a happy song and moved her nest to a safer tree. If we see in our life, there are times when it feels like everything is falling apart. Like the sparrow surrounded by fire, danger, and fear, we may feel trapped and helpless, unsure of how to move forward. The challenges we face can seem overwhelming, and we might wonder if there's any hope left. But just like the sparrow, we have the ability to control how we respond to these difficulties. In moments of struggle, we must remember that we can't always control the storms or the problems around us, but we can control our actions and attitude. By staying calm, thinking clearly, and doing our best in tough times, we can often find a way through even the hardest situations. Just like the sparrow who didn't give up and found a way to protect her eggs, we too can find strength in ourselves. Sometimes, life's challenges seem impossible to face, but when we hold on to hope, act with courage, and believe that things will get better, miracles can happen. So, if you're facing a tough time right now, take a deep breath, keep moving forward, and trust that brighter days are ahead. Remember, just as the storm passed for the sparrow, your struggles too will eventually fade, and new opportunities will come your way. Never lose hope, because after every storm, the sun always shines again.